Hello dear students, I welcome you all to this class. Today in this lecture, we will study some more results about orthogonal matrices. We will study about an important criterion of an orthogonal matrix. We will also study about a procedure for constructing an orthogonal matrix from a given n by n symmetric matrix. Orthogonal matrices. So first we will see the definition of orthonormal vectors. A set of vectors is called orthonormal if every pair of distinct vectors is orthogonal and each vector in the set is a unit vector. So for example, if we have n vectors x1, x2, etc., xn in Rn, then this set is said to be orthonormal if they are orthogonal to each other. It means that the dot product xi dot xj should be 0 where ij varies from 1 to n. So if this condition is satisfied, they are orthogonal. Now to get orthonormal vectors, their length should be 1. So for that we should have xi dot xi should be 1. So here we have I not equal to j. And when I and j are equal, we have xi dot xi should be equal to 1, where I varies from 1 to n. That is its norm, as we know that norm of xi is defined to be square root of xi dot xi. So if this is equal to 1 for all I varies from 1 to n, that is length of each vector is 1 and also they are mutually orthogonal. Xi dot xj is 0 for all ij varies from 1 to n. Then we say that the set is orthonormal. So here we have norm 1. So both combined together we have orthonormal vectors. So to get orthonormal vectors, they should be orthogonal and the norm of each vector should be the unit vector. Now we will see a criteria for orthogonal matrix. An n by n matrix A is orthogonal if and only if its columns x1, x2, etc., xn form an orthonormal set. So this theorem gives a criteria for an orthogonal matrix. Suppose you have a matrix with column, suppose they are the columns of it, and the first column we call it as x1, second column x2, like that we have xn columns. So if these columns form an orthonormal set, then this matrix will be a orthogonal matrix. For example, we will see the matrix A, which we have already proved that it is an orthogonal matrix. So with entries 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3. So in the last lecture, we have shown that A transpose A is the identity matrix. So this matrix is orthogonal. Now we will see what about its columns. So here it has 3 columns. We will call the first column by x1, second column by x2 and third column by x3. So we will check whether x1, x2, x3. Our aim is to check whether x2, x2 and x3 forms an orthonormal set. Orthonormal set. So this will form an orthonormal set if they are orthogonal to each other and length of each vector, that is norm of x1, x2 and x3 are 1. So first we will check whether they form an orthogonal set. For that we have to check the dot product x1 dot x2, and this is defined to be x1 transpose x2. Now what is x1? x1 is the column vector 1 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3. So its transpose is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3 into x2. So it is minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. So here we will get minus 2 by 9 plus 4 by 9 minus 2 by 9, which is equal to 0. So we got x1 dot x2 is 0. Next we will check x1 dot x3. So x1 dot x3 is defined to be x1 transpose x3. Now x1 transpose is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3, and x3 is 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3. So when we do matrix multiplication, we will get 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9 minus 4 by 9. So again we will get it as 0. Similarly, we will see what is x2 dot x3. So this is defined to be x2 transpose x3, and it is x2 transposes minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, and x3 is 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3. Again, when we do multiplication, we will get minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9. Again, it is equal to 0. So we got that x1, x2 and x3 form an orthogonal set. Orthogonal set. Now we have to check their norm. We know that norm of x1 is defined to be square root of x1 transpose x1. So in this way it is defined. We will check what is x1 dot x1, which is nothing but x1 transpose x1. So it is x1 transpose is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3. x1, so it is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3. So when we do multiplication here, we will get it as 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9. So which is equal to 1. So it means that x1, norm of x1 is 1, that is x1 is a vector of unit length. Similarly, we will check norm of x2. So we have to do x2 dot x2, which is nothing but x2 transpose x2. So it will be minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3. Again we will get its dot product is 1, and similarly we will get x3 dot x3, which is x3 transpose x3, and we will get it as 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3. Again, when we do matrix multiplication, we see that it is equal to 1. So each vector is orthogonal. Each vectors are orthogonal among themselves, and their norm is 1. So we see that x1, x2, x3 form an orthonormal set. normal set. So if an n by n matrix A is orthogonal, then its columns will form an orthonormal set. Conversely, if the columns of a matrix form an orthonormal set, we can say that the given matrix will be an orthogonal matrix. Next, we will see how to construct an orthogonal matrix from a given matrix. So let A be an n by n matrix. So given a matrix A, we will see how to construct an orthogonal matrix from this matrix A. So if a matrix A is given, first we will find its eigenvalues. So find the eigenvalues. Now suppose there may be two cases. So in case 1, suppose A is symmetric and all of the eigenvalues are distinct. Eigenvalues are distinct. So if A is symmetric and suppose that all the eigenvalues are distinct, then we have studied a theorem which says that the eigenvector corresponding to distinct eigenvalues are orthogonal. Then the eigenvectors will be orthogonal. So we will get orthogonal set of vectors. Now, to get the vectors of, to get orthonormal vectors, what we will do is we will divide the vectors with their corresponding norm. So we will get a set of orthonormal vectors. And by writing these vectors as columns, we will get an orthogonal matrix. Okay. So for example, suppose A is a 3 by 3 matrix. And we got its eigenvalues as lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, all are distinct. So we will find the corresponding eigenvectors k1, k2, k3. Now since the eigenvalues are distinct, this eigenvectors will form an orthogonal set. So we got an orthogonal set of vectors. Now we will divide the vectors by their norm. So let v1 equal to k1 divided by norm of k1. v2 equal to k2 divided by norm of k2. v3 equal to k3 divided by norm of k3. So when we divide a vector by its norm, its length will be 1. Now norm of v1, what is norm of v1? It is norm of k1 and this is a constant. So it will be 1, norm of k1 by norm of k1. So now v1, v2, v3. v1, v2, v3 form orthonormal set. So now we got an orthonormal set of vectors. So the matrix, we can write the new matrix V as, it will have 3 columns and the first column will be V1, V2, V3. So we got V1, V2, V3 which form an orthonormal set. Now if we write V1, V2, V3 as the column vectors, we will get a matrix V and this V will be an orthogonal matrix. So here we have described a method given a matrix A, how to construct an orthogonal matrix V from A. Okay, so we got a new matrix V from A. So what we did is first we find the eigenvalues of A. And suppose that A is symmetric and all of its eigenvalues are distinct. Now we know that the eigenvectors corresponding to distinct eigenvalues form an orthogonal set. So we got the eigenvalues, now find the eigenvectors. Let k1, k2, k3 be the eigenvectors. Now these eigenvectors form an orthogonal set. Now to form an orthonormal set, divide these vectors with their norm. So when we divide these vectors with their norm, we will get v1, v2, v3, and this form an orthonormal set of vectors. Now we can write a matrix V with v1, v2, v3 as the column vectors. Now our new matrix V will be an orthogonal matrix. So we have seen if A is symmetric and if all the eigenvalues are distinct, we can get an orthogonal matrix in this way. Now suppose that eigenvalues are not distinct. Some of the eigenvalues are repeated. Now if the eigenvalues are repeated, then the eigenvectors corresponding to the eigenvalues need not be orthogonal. Okay, so we cannot proceed in this way. Or if the matrix A is not symmetric, we cannot proceed in this way. In that cases, we will use Gram-Schmidt process to get the orthogonal set of vectors. Let A be the matrix with values 0, minus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Now, our aim is to construct an orthogonal matrix from the given matrix A. So first we note that here A transpose is same as A. So this implies that A is symmetric. So here A is symmetric, so our procedure is simple. Now we have to find the eigenvalues. So find the characteristic equation and find the eigenvalues. And we see that the eigenvalues are the method for finding eigenvalues and eigenvectors were discussed in the previous lectures. Okay, so here I will write directly the answers. So the eigenvalues are 0, 1, minus 2. So we can see that the eigenvalues are all distinct. So it means that the eigenvectors corresponding to these eigenvalues are orthogonal. Okay, so now we will write the eigenvectors. So the eigenvectors are k1, k2, k3, where k1 is equal to 1, 0, 1, k2 is equal to minus 1, 1, 1, k3 is equal to 1, 2, minus 1. So these are the eigenvectors. Now k1, k2, k3. k1, k2, k3 form an orthogonal set. So they form an orthogonal set since the eigenvalues are distinct. Now our aim is to find orthonormal vectors. So we have to divide these vectors by their norm. So we will see, we have to find what is norm k1. For this we have to do k1 dot k1 and it is defined to be k1 transpose k1. k1 transpose is 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So we will get it as 2. So we know that norm k1 is defined to be square root of k1 dot k1. So we got k1 dot k1 as 2. So this is root 2. Norm k1 is equal to root 2. Now we will find what is norm k2. For this we will do k2 dot k2. So it is k2 transpose k2 minus 1, 1, 1, minus 1, 1, 1. So we will get this as 3. So this implies norm K2 is equal to square root of 3. It is square root of K2 dot K2. So it is square root of 3. Now similarly we will find norm K3. So we have norm K3 equal for this K3 dot K3 is equal to K3 transpose K3, and K3 is 1, 2 minus 1. So 1, 2 minus 1, 1, 2 minus 1. Again do dot product, 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus minus 1 into minus 1. So you will get it as 6. So this implies norm K3 is equal to square root of 6. So we can write the orthonormal set of vectors. We have to divide K1, K2, K3 by their norm. So K1 by norm K1, K2 by norm K2, and K3 by norm K3. This we have to do. So we will get the first vector K1. K1 is 1, 0, 1. So when we divide by norm K1 is root 2. So we will get 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. Now K2 by root norm K2. So K2 is minus 1, 1, 1. So minus 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. So this is K2 by norm K2, and K3 is 1, 2 minus 1. So 1 by root 6, 2 by root 6, minus 1 by root 6. So our new matrix, we can write the new matrix with these vectors as the columns. So we can write orthogonal matrix P is equal to, first column will be 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. Second column minus 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. Third column 1 by root 6, 2 by root 6, minus 1 by root 6. So if the eigenvalues are distinct, we can find the orthogonal matrix P from the given matrix A in the following way. Now we will see the second problem. Let the matrix A equal to 7, 4, minus 4, 4, minus 8, minus 1, minus 4, minus 1, minus 8. So our aim is to find a matrix P which is orthogonal. So starting from this matrix A, we have to construct a matrix P which is orthogonal to matrix which is itself orthogonal. So first of all, we will find the eigenvalues of the matrix A. So the eigenvalues are, here we can see that the matrix A has repeated eigenvalues. Lambda 1 and lambda 2 are minus 9 and lambda 3 is 9. So here we have repeated eigenvalues. So first we can find the eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda equal to 9. So using the Gauss-Jordan method, we have this augmented matrix, and by using elementary transformation, we see that the equation, the matrix takes this form, 1 0 4 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 0. So the first equation is k1 plus 4k3 equal to 0, and second equation is k2 plus k3 equal to 0. So from the first one we will get k1 equal to minus 4k3, and from the second one we will get k2 equal to minus k3. Now when we put the arbitrary values, so here we can see that we have two equations. So suppose we put k3 equal to minus 1. So if k3 equal to minus 1, we will get k2 equal to 1 and k1 as 4. So we got one of the eigenvector. We got k3. We will denote it by k3. So k3 is 4, 1 minus 1. Is an eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda 3 equal to 9. So this is a vector. Okay. Now we have the repeated eigenvalues. We have to find the eigenvectors corresponding to the repeated eigenvalue minus 9. Now if we proceed by the usual method, we are finding the eigenvectors here. So we can see that since the eigenvalues are repeated by elementary row operation, we see that k1 is minus 1 by 4 k2 plus 1 by 4 k3. So here we can see we have one equation and three unknowns. So we have to put arbitrary values. So if we put k3 equal to 1 and k2 equal to 1, we will get k1 equal to 0. So we denote this by capital K1. Capital K1 is 0, 1, 1 is one of the eigenvector corresponding to the repeated eigenvalue lambda equal to 9. Now suppose we take arbitrarily the next value. Okay, we got one eigenvector. Now we have to find another eigenvector. So if we take k3 equal to 0 and k2 equal to minus 4, then from this equation we will get k1 is 1. So our eigenvector k2 becomes 1 minus 4 0. Now we can see that these eigenvectors are not orthogonal because the eigenvalues are repeated. So only if the eigenvalues are distinct, the eigenvectors will be orthogonal. Here k1 and k2 are not orthogonal because k1 dot k2 is k1 transpose k2, which is 0 1 1 multiplied 1 minus 4 0, and the inner product is minus 4. So we can say that k1 and k2 are not orthogonal. Now our aim is to find an orthogonal vector k2. We have to find a vector k2 which is orthogonal to k1. Now for proceeding this, we have two methods. First one is that we can choose k1 and k2 in such a way that they become orthogonal. And second one is by using the Gram-Schmidt process. We will see the both methods here. So first method is the easiest one because we have the equation k1 equal to minus 1 by 4 k2 plus 1 by 4 k3. And suppose here we take k3 as 1 and k2 as minus 1, which implies that k1 equal to half. So we will denote by capital K2. This capital K2 is a vector as half minus 1 1. Now we can see that this vector is orthogonal to k1 as well as to k3. So k3 we first got, which is the eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda equal to 9. The k3 is 4 1 minus 1. And k1 and k2 are eigenvectors corresponding to the repeated eigenvalues minus 9. But if we give arbitrary value, they need not be orthogonal. So we have to choose these values to solve this equation. We have to solve the values in such a way that the vectors become orthogonal. Now we can see that k1 dot k2 is 0. So k2 dot k3 is 0. k1 dot k3 is 0. So k1, k2, k3 form an orthogonal set. So by appropriately choosing the values of k1, k2, k3, we can get an orthogonal set of vectors. Now they are orthogonal. To find orthonormal set of vectors, we have to divide these vectors with their norm. So we can see that norm k1 is root 2, norm k2 is 3 by 2 and norm k3 is 3 by root 2. So k1 by norm k1, k2 by norm k2 and k3 by norm k3. If we divide these vectors with their norm, we will get a set of vectors whose norm is 1 and as well as they are orthogonal. So we got an orthonormal set. And from the previous theorem, we know that we can construct a matrix with these as columns and we will get an orthogonal matrix. So orthogonal matrix P is k1 by norm k1. So k1 is 0, 1, 1 by root 2. So we have 0, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. Next is k2 by norm k2. k2 is half minus 1, 1 divided by 3 by 2. So we will get 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3. K3 is 4 minus 1, 4, 1 minus 1 divided by 3 by root 2, 3 root 2. So we'll get 4 by 3 root 2, 1 by 3 root 2 minus 1 by 3 root 2. So in this way, if the eigenvalues are repeated, we can wisely choose the values so that the resulting eigenvectors become orthogonal. If the eigenvalues are distinct, we need not worry anything. We can directly see that the eigenvectors will always become orthogonal. But if the eigenvalues are repeated, we have to choose them so that they become orthogonal. Now, if we are not choosing, without choosing them, also we can find orthogonal set of vectors using a process called Gram-Schmidt process. So you may be aware of this process as it is discussed in the previous module. So for this, we have K1 and we see that K1 and K2 are not orthogonal. So we will find another vector such that they become orthogonal. So we will denote K1 by V1. So V1 is 0, 1, 1. And for V2, we will find a vector V2 such that V2 is orthogonal to V1. Okay. So V2 is given by K2 minus K2 dot V1 by V1 dot V1 into V1. So we will evaluate each of the terms and substitute in equation 1. K2 dot V1. Now V1 is nothing but K1. So K2 dot K1 is, it happens to be minus 4. Similarly, V1 dot V1 is 2. So if we substitute this value in equation number 1, we see that V2 becomes 1 minus 2, 2. So by doing simplification here, we will get V2 equal to 1 minus 2, 2. Now we see that V2 is orthogonal to V1. So we got V1 and V2 which are mutually orthogonal. And for V3 we can take same as K3 which is the eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda equal to 9. So earlier we have found V3 is 4, 1 minus 1. Now V1, V2, V3 is an orthogonal set of vectors. So by using Gram-Schmidt process also, we will get an orthogonal set of vectors. Now to get an orthonormal set of vectors, we have to divide these vectors with their norm as we did in the first method. So we find that norm of V1 is root 2, norm of V2 is 3 and norm of V3 is 3 root 2. Now V1 by norm V1, V2 by norm V2 and V3 by norm V3 forms an orthonormal set. Now we can write the orthogonal matrix. So from a given matrix A, we have constructed an orthogonal matrix P and P is 0, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 4 by 3 root 2, 1 by 3 root 2, minus 1 by 3 root 2. So in this way we can find the values. So if for a real n by n symmetric matrix, even if the eigenvalues are repeated, we can choose K1, K2, K3 in such a way that eigenvectors are orthogonal. So in fact, we need to use Gram-Schmidt process only if the given matrix is not symmetric. So if the matrix is not symmetric, we can use Gram-Schmidt process. So in this class, we have seen that an an n by n matrix A is orthogonal if and only if its columns form an orthonormal set. Also, we have seen how to construct a orthogonal matrix from a given n by n symmetric matrix using the Gram-Schmidt process. Thank you all.